Welcome to Animal Atlas. Come with us around the globe and explore the animal world and its jungle animals and desert creatures. We'll meet wildlife on the savannah and see our underwater friends. And animals from the Arctic Circle. Anywhere, everywhere animals live. It's always an adventure. Today on Animal Atlas, it's a variety show. Let's hear it for our host for the day, the slow but steady terrestrial reptile with a passion for fresh lettuce, the tortoise. Welcome to Animal Atlas's Amazing Animal Facts, where only truly amazing animals will take center stage. Okay, wait a minute. Just what's so amazing about our host, the tortoise? No offense. Do you think if you've seen one tortoise or turtle, you've seen them all? Not even close. Turtles and tortoises are all chelonians, which are reptiles with a hard shell. Clearly it's the shell, which protects the animal's body, that identifies this animal. But if you look closely, shells are not alike. The top of the shell, or carapace, is just a bit different for each species. And the bottom shell, or plastron, has subtle differences with each chelonian you meet. So what's so amazing about that? Think about this. Under the sea, there are other animals with a shell, or at least an invertebrate's exoskeleton that provides protection, in a variety of ways. But what other land-dwelling vertebrate besides the tortoise has anything even remotely close to the amazing shell? Eggs don't count. Nothing comes close. Not even the scaly skin of the alligator, or the thick skin of the Indian rhino, though that skin is pretty impressive. No, this shell bearer is truly amazing. What else is extraordinary about the tortoise? How about this? Chelonians have no teeth. They have a beak with a sharp edge. But wow, can they chew? What animal lives the longest? The tortoise. 100 years is not uncommon. And the longest documented lifespan was 188 years for Tui Malila, a radiated tortoise from the island of Madagascar. Given to the royal family of Tonga by famed explorer Captain Cook. But there is an unverified report of another tortoise, a giant Aldabran tortoise, who lived 256 years. Not surprising when you've met one of these serene animals. Whether tortoise or turtle. Amazing. Here's another amazing fact. The largest rodent in the world is as big as a dog. And not a small dog or a puppy, but a big dog weighing 60 to 100 pounds, like these big fellows. All right, just a minute. Isn't a rat a rodent? Yes, indeed. So are squirrels. And so are prairie dogs, which are actually a kind of plump, burrowing ground squirrel. Naked mole rats are rodents, and to be honest, they look like a stereotypical rodent. But so are porcupines, who don't bear much resemblance to the rodent many of us think of when we hear the word. What makes a rodent a rodent? The teeth. The name rodentia is derived from the Latin word rodere, which means to gnaw. All rodents have a pair of front teeth, which are very apparent on the naked mole rat, which continue to grow throughout a rodent's life. Rodents must gnaw on food or objects to keep these teeth ground down to a manageable length. Yes, there are more than 2,200 kinds of rodents, including the biggest rodent in the world, the amazing dog-sized capybara. Yes, at first glance, the capybara may not look like a rodent, but then neither does the porcupine. Remember, it's all in the teeth for rodents. The capybara kind of resembles a pig or a hog, or maybe a peccary. But if you compare the face of the huge capybara to the small face of a guinea pig, aha, there is a resemblance. Capybaras are semi-aquatic rodents, which means they spend a lot of their time in or near water. In the wild, they live in Central and South America. Since capybaras like to wallow in mud and water in the manner of a wallowing hippopotamus, they are found in swamps and marshes, as well as in forests near ponds, lakes, and rivers. For the capybara, being semi-aquatic also means having webbed toes, the best toes for swimming. Just ask the turtle, or even the bush dog. Just don't ask the tortoise, sorry. Capybaras are social animals, and in the wild, they tend to live in groups of 20 or more animals. That's close to 2,000 pounds of rodent, if you're counting. What's more amazing than a rodent the size of a dog? Nothing, except maybe a rodent with webbed toes. Even you look impressed. When we come back to Animal Atlas, we'll meet more amazing animals. But first, let's see if you can guess this amazing animal fact. Which is false? Kangaroos, A, are marsupials, B, are carnivores, C, can live in a tree, or D, can hop more than 30 miles per hour. The answer coming up when we return to Animal Atlas. We're back. Did you guess the right answer to our question? Which is false? Kangaroos? The answer is B, are carnivores. No, these animals from Australia and New Guinea don't eat meat. They are herbivores, and they eat only vegetation, such as grass, leaves, and roots. Our host, the tortoise, is also an herbivore. And so is the green sea turtle. Come to think of it, so are lots of mammals. Among them, the biggest of the big. All right, maybe that's more interesting than amazing. Okay, how about this? There are 47 species of roos, from the little wallabies to the red kangaroo, with adult males called bucks or boomers or jacks, standing close to 6 feet and weighing nearly 200 pounds. Wow, not impressed yet? How about this? Roos can go for months without drinking water. But then, so can a desert tortoise. Then how about this? Kangaroos have been clocked at a 44-mile-per-hour hop, easily putting them in the record books as one of the top 20 fastest land animals. Not only that, kangaroos, like the koala, are marsupials, which means they are mammals with pouches. Marsupial babies are born in a very undeveloped state, even more helpless and tiny than a newborn puppy. And they must develop outside the mother's body, but in the warmth and safety of her pouch. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? Since after all, you just lay eggs. Great eggs, I'm sure. Actually, we've saved the most amazing thing for last. There are even species of kangaroos that, are you ready? Live in trees. Okay, maybe not the big red kangaroo, or the wallaby. But as impossible as it is to believe, there are macropods, or big-footed marsupials, related to all other roos, that are tree dwellers. There are actually 13 species of tree kangaroos, including this beauty, Matschie's tree kangaroo, from the mountainous rainforests of Papua New Guinea, not far, of course, from Australia. And all the other roos. These tree kangaroos don't jump into trees, though they can certainly jump down if they want to. They are able to climb trees like a cat, thanks to the long, sharp claws on their front and hind feet. And if that's not amazing enough, these animals can jump through the treetops, 30 feet above the ground, without falling or getting hurt. I bet even you're impressed. How how does the tree kangaroo manage all this? See how this ground-hopping kangaroo has large, muscular hind limbs and smaller forelimbs? Take a look at our tree kangaroo. Its whole design is nearly reversed, giving it the ideal climber's limbs. So unlike the rather stiff, almost third leg-like tail of the ground kangaroos that help the animal to balance while hopping, or to stand erect in a tripod-like manner, the tree kangaroo's long tail is more flexible, helping the animal to balance. Not while hopping, but while living, quite comfortably, thank you, up a tree. Amazed now? Me too. Yes, tree kangaroos are amazing, and marsupials are fascinating. No argument there. Now, we've met a bunch of marsupials and have seen that they all pretty much reside in the same vicinity, down under, in the land of Australia and New Guinea. But there is, believe it or not, one marsupial, an actual pouched mammal, that is native to North America. Ready? Meet the Virginia opossum, the only living marsupial from North America. Ha! Did you think this animal was a rodent? Some kind of big rat? Nope, those aren't teeth for gnawing. Those are the teeth of an omnivore who, in the wild, will eat just about anything, from bird eggs, large insects, fruit, nuts, and even carrion and rodents. Sorry. Yes, despite having a more varied diet than the eucalyptus leaf-eating koala or the herbivorous kangaroo, the opossum is a pouched mammal and a marsupial, more closely related to our tree kangaroo than a guinea pig or a porcupine. The opossum is a transient mammal, meaning it wanders through deciduous forests, open woods, and farmlands as it looks for food. Virginia opossums are nocturnal, meaning they seek food at night, and by day, they sleep in hollow trees or abandoned burrows, typically built by, you guessed it, rodents. The Virginia opossum is named after the state of Virginia, on the eastern seaboard, the 10th state of the United States, and birthplace of a number of the founding fathers who later became presidents, from George Washington to Thomas Jefferson, to James Madison and James Monroe. Yes, the Virginia opossum is an exalted company. Opossums are about the size of a house cat, and they have short legs and a naked prehensile tail, which means they can use their tail to grasp tree branches. Though they are often found on the ground, the opossum is an able tree climber. This is, however, a sensitive animal with a weak nervous system, making it prone to fainting. The term playing possum means to play dead, but when these nervous creatures are stricken with fear, they aren't playing. Quite unlike the robust marsupial, the kangaroo, or the serene marsupial, the koala, the Virginia opossum, the only marsupial in North America, has a delicate sensibility and should be treated with the subdued respect such an unusual creature deserves. I know you sympathize, though you have nerves of steel. When we come back to Animal Atlas, we'll meet some more animals who amaze. But first, let's see if you can guess this next amazing animal fact. The echidna is A, a marsupial, B, a rodent, C, a monotreme, or D, a reptile. Don't go away. The answer coming up right after this on Animal Atlas. We're back. Did you guess the right answer to our question? The echidna is... The answer is C, a monotreme. Not amazed? Wait until you hear what a monotreme is. A mammal that lays eggs. Astounding! Let's define a mammal. Mammals might easily be described as most of the animals we are familiar with that aren't fish, birds, insects, or reptiles. Mammals all have hair. Some have lots of hair. Some not so much. Some even less so. But all mammals are warm-blooded, unlike our cold-blooded friends, the reptiles. And fish. And mammals are vertebrates, meaning they have a backbone, unlike any number of amazing invertebrates. And mammals feed their young with milk from their bodies. That leaves you out of the mammal category. The word mammal comes from the word mammary, which is the gland that produces milk from modified sweat glands. Even the marsupials, who keep their undeveloped young in a pouch, nurse their young inside their pouch. Though we can't see this. But eggs? Mammals? Isn't egg-laying confined to reptiles? And birds? Nope. Monotremes, like this short-beaked echidna, are one of just 2 kinds of primitive mammals who actually lay eggs. Yes, the echidna does have sharp spines, like our rodent friend, the porcupine. But it's a mammal, and in fact, between its spines, it has short fur. The spines are a defense against predators where this animal lives, in the vicinity of our marsupial friends in Australia and New Guinea. When the echidna is threatened, it doesn't attack. It just curls up into a little ball like a pincushion. Yes, those front claws are scary looking, but those are digger's claws, not fighter's claws. What's that long snout for? Pursuing the echidna's favorite food, ants and termites. Termites and ants may not look all that appetizing to us, but apes have been known to make tools and collect tasty termites from a termite mound, while the giant anteater has actually been named after its dietary preference. And inside that very long snout is a sticky tongue for ant collecting. Likewise, the echidna has a long, sticky tongue to capture its wily prey. First, the echidna uses its strong front claws and long, stiff nose to plow through the forest litter to break open ant and termite mounds and to overturn hollow logs. What's under leaf litter and hollow logs? Dinner. Interestingly, both the tortoise and the echidna have something in common: no teeth. Where the tortoise uses the sharp edge of its beak to tear through vegetation, the short-beaked echidna grinds its food between the top of its mouth and the horny back of its tongue. Pretty amazing, isn't it? And in case you were wondering, the echidna doesn't lay a whole clutch of eggs like these snake eggs. Echidnas lay a single egg in the pouch of the female's belly. Pouch? Did we say pouch? Yes, in the manner that the koala and the kangaroo keep their developing babies in a pouch, so the echidna keeps its egg. After 10 or 11 days, the egg hatches, and then the developing baby is kept in the pouch, just like our friends the marsupials. Like the opossum, echidnas are shy, retiring creatures. Unlike other mammals, the echidna doesn't engage in many social behaviors, like courtship, aggression, or maternal behaviors. In fact, this monotreme prefers to live quietly and alone, living out its lifespan of 50 years or more. If this animal isn't amazing, nothing is. Right? Since we're talking eggs, let's talk about what is probably the most amazing animal fact, period. The fact that birds and reptiles share a common ancestor. That's right, you are distantly related to the emu, whether you like it or not. It's true that this ancestry goes back to the age of dinosaurs, but some of the commonalities are still striking today. Birds have feathers, which are modified scales. Birds also clearly have scales on their feet. Both birds and reptiles lay eggs. Yeah, we know you do too. Also, both reptiles and birds have similar soft anatomy, which would include the muscular system, the brain, the heart, and other organs, as well as some skeletal similarities. And truly, there are some birds and reptiles today that clearly bear a family resemblance. Yes, tortoise, as a reptile, you have egg-laying in common with the monotreme, and ancestry in common with birds, such as the ostrich. Which is almost as amazing as the fact that there's a kangaroo that lives in trees, or a rodent that's as big as a dog. But with a lifespan of close to 200 years, hey, you've seen it all, haven't you? For more fun animal facts and news, visit our website at animalatlas.tv.
The internet is saying.
See you there. Don't go away. Animal Atlas will be right back. Until next time on Animal Atlas.
Frank!
Steve?
You smell that?
All I ever smell is bear.
You, sir! And you!
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Hey, Tim.
Gloria! I've got bird flu.
Aw.
Hey, did you hear Steve the rat fell off a bridge? Wake up!
Oh, no, 5 more minutes. Too much Novocaine.
Gentlemen, we'd better leave.
Yes, we better have. Yeah, you better run.
I didn't order this.
Come here, you.
Once again, we've traveled the globe from North and South America to Africa and Asia to Australia and every fascinating place in between. We've met all kinds of incredible animals and learned some important facts about their ability to survive and flourish on our planet. And with our help, we'll make sure they're around for a long time to come. Join us next week for another amazing adventure on Animal Atlas.